You're listening to a new episode of The Brave Technologist. And this one features Tom Aulet, who is the co-founder and CEO of Ergatta, the leader in game-based connected fitness. With a background in tech and a passion for habit-forming design, Tom is pioneering a new category of workouts that motivate users through gameplay rather than traditional instruction. Tom is passionate about building technology that's not just smart, but also human, combining data, personalization, and behavioral science to make fitness more engaging, effective, and sustainable. He's especially interested in how gamification and AI can intersect to drive long-term habit formation in digital health and wellness. In this episode, we discussed why game mechanics are more motivating than traditional workouts, specific design choices they made to trigger specific behaviors within their games that effectively build user engagement and stickiness of their app, and how they're using AI to personalize the workout experience for users. Now for this week's episode of The Brave Technologist. Tom, welcome to The Brave Technologist. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, Lou.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. I'm excited to get in the weeds on this one. So kind of like set the table a bit. What's the main problem you all are ultimately trying to solve with your app and technology, and who kind of benefits the most from it?
Yeah, totally. So we are trying to solve health problems. So all manner of physical, mental health problems. So obesity, inactivity, poor mental health, all manner of like physical health issues that come from inactivity. One step kind of downstream from that is just the fact that activity, physical fitness, breaking a sweat every day improves physical health, improves mental health. And people know this, but they generally don't tap into the benefits of physical activity and regular fitness and daily fitness because they just don't inherently enjoy it, right? Not everyone loves going for a run or loves just getting on the treadmill or loves doing, the rowing machine. But when you do that regularly, there's a magic in it, right? You have more energy, you sleep better, you feel better, you have more confidence, you lose weight, you do all these physical, all these kind of, you get all these health benefits. And so the problem we are trying to solve is making fitness more enjoyable, making it less of a chore, turning it into a game, turning it into something fun and engaging and habit forming. In terms of who we are solving the problem for, so there are people that access daily fitness, that work out regularly, right? That go to the gym or run outside or hike a lot or play sports or go to fitness classes or whatever. So obviously like those people have they don't experience the problem. So we generally solve the problem for people that know that they should be working out, but struggle to find the right experience. They don't connect with the gym. They don't connect with fitness classes. They don't connect with sports, whatever it is. So we call them kind of fitness-minded people who don't like fitness classes because that's the kind of main fitness solution in person and digital. And so what that person generally ends up looking like, that ends up kind of using our product to kind of solve this problem, they skew a little bit male, they skew a little bit introverted, they might be a little bit more competitive, right? They might be a gamer. So that if they've struggled to find the right fitness product or solution out there in the world, they discover Ergatta and they use our games and kind of our software and our hardware to make working out fun and addictive and habit forming, so that they can experience all those physical, mental health benefits of kind of regular activity.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like, I'm just kind of curious too. Like, it seems like this whole idea of like game mechanics in fitness, is that how did you guys kind of meet up with that element? Like, is it something that you all like saw the potential in it and wanted to dig deeper? What's kind of the genesis of finding that there? And what have you guys discovered so far about that, as far as like building habits and fitness and things like that? Anything you feel like sharing?
Yeah. So where did it come from? So like maybe three different angles. One is just like you could see software and digital content helping people build fitness habits with other companies. Peloton comes to mind, right? Like, their digital content helped people work out more. So great. So that works. Another element was just, one of our founders being a gamer and seeing how addictive it is to game and how habit forming it is to game. And really all of us having a bunch of apps on our phone that like feel addictive and have little kind of game mechanics that keep us coming back. And then the third element was like, in the kind of user-centric or people-centric research phase of starting this company, we just talked to a bunch of people about when they were in the best shape. And a lot of it was when they played sports. And sports really is like, when you get down to it, it's like gamification of fitness, right? Like, what is basketball? It's like running around and working out a lot, but in the framework of a pretty simple, arbitrary game. And same with, hockey or whatever. And when I thought about my life, like when I was in the best shape of my life, it was when I played sports competitively and had that structure and the fun and engagement that came with, being an athlete and being on a team and being in a league and kind of, so those were kind of the three different areas that kind of led us to like gaming plus fitness equals like this company and the solution to this big kind of health problem. And there was a second part of your question that is escaping me.
Yeah. I mean, is there anything? It was more of just kind of like, are you observing anything interesting around the game mechanics that maybe something that wasn't even anticipated, or are you guys like learning from the feedback loops you're seeing from the use in Ergatta?
Yeah. I mean, so many things. Like our whole product philosophy is human-centered, right? And by that I mean like there's like high and low elements of that, right? The high element is like, we are a mission-oriented company. We are here to help people build lasting fitness habits and unlock all the benefits that brings. So that everything starts with like that problem that real people experience, and all of our products and features are designed backwards from that. And then the kind of low or like tactical version of that is like the actual process that we use to design and refine our products is very iterative. It's done in partnership with our members and kind of the people that use our product. It's done very iteratively. It's very like discovery focused, meaning like we talk to them, we get things in front of them, we get feedback, we watch them use it, we do survey work, like we keep rolling out iterative versions of the product and getting feedback and seeing how people use them in order to produce the final product, right? It's not like we like go in a room, we dream up a game, and then we release it to the world. It's completely the opposite of that. It's iterative together with humans and the people that are actually going to use and benefit from our products.
What does that human-centric, term mean to you compared to like tech first or some of the other kind of terms people throw around? I mean, like, is it really about the health, or what else does that involve?
Yeah, for me, it's those same two things. It's like the first principle around what are we here to do? Like, what is the purpose of what we're doing? And that is the mission that is solving a problem for a person, and the technology is a tool to help you do that. So it's like a complete like top-down orientation about why we're here and what we're doing, and then it's a process. Like it is. It's kind of like how we come up with the ideas for products and features. It's how we test and iterate on them. It's how we finalize them, and we do that in partnership with actual people that will use it. And like that process, I think about a spectrum. It's like film auteur over here and like enterprise software over here. And if you're like an artist, developing a film, you're not doing that iteratively with audiences. You have a creative vision and you're going off and you execute that vision and you release it to the world and you hope they like it. That's not what we do. We're at the other end of the spectrum. We do have some vision and we have some orientation and kind of key principles that we follow, but we come up with ideas, we test them, we get feedback, we iterate on them, we get feedback, we iterate on them further, we get feedback, we watch people use them. So it's a process that is that underpins our entire product development way that we operate, right? And that is,
it's super cool.
That is like, human-centered.
I mean, like, it's got to be, I would imagine, and maybe I'd love to get your take, like, there's got to be pretty rewarding too, from
totally
to a degree, right? Because you're building something that's helping people get healthier, right? Like it's not, totally. It's almost like you're a trainer, but a little less direct, but also very in that mix too. It's kind of an interesting combination of things,
Totally. And not only are we, and not to toot our own horn too much, but like not only are we helping people with something concrete that improves their well-being, their day-to-day well-being, their health, their mental health, their physical health. But we're doing it for people that have struggled to do this before, right? Like that have like, I've tried the gym, I've tried SoulCycle, I've tried Peloton, I've tried this, I've tried that. And this is something totally new and different and speaks to me and like gets my brain into fitness mode and reframes fitness as something fun and enjoyable and that I can do every day and not like feel like it's doing my homework or eating my vegetables, but feel like it's something that I enjoy and am happy to fit into my day. So I coming from, my previous job, before starting this company was like we talked about in ad tech and media. And that just felt different. Like,
Right.
helping agencies advertise more effectively on behalf of brands, like was satisfying in certain ways, but this is much more tangibly human. Like the people on the other side of our product are humans that speak directly to us and that experience the physical and mental benefits of our product and tell us about it every day. So I personally get a lot out of that. Like we have a Slack channel where people every single day share concrete feedback directly from members, and I just get a kick out of it. I find
That's
it
so
motivating.
cool.
I find it exciting. Yeah.
It's like you're flipping from, and I can say this coming from the ad tech space. It's almost like flipping from moving junk food to like actually like helping people improve their lives. Like it's such a
Totally.
cool it's such a cool pivot, right? Like in
Totally
what you're trying to do. Yeah.
Particularly because like the tools that we use to achieve it are like games and gaming and gamification, and those can so easily be used to like make you addicted to your phone or waste 5 hours a day or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like they can so easily be used to do things that are not good for you as the user. That's also part of the philosophy here is like digital tools and gaming tools and gamification are really powerful. And so pointing those at like a problem that we can help solve is part of why we're doing this.
I'm and kind of like from your vantage point too. Like, have there been some small kind of design choices that you've seen make a big difference in overall engagement so far? Like, I mean, it sounds like you guys are getting good feedback from
Yeah,
users
like
and
so
observing things
many.
too, right?
Yeah, totally. Like so many. One really minor one that comes to mind is like, okay, so we have a suite of games. Some single player, some multiplayer, and each game has like hundreds or thousands of different workouts. So there's like thousands of different things you can do, and you kind of like the way that you choose your workout is typically like you choose the game that you want to do, and then you choose a workout within that game. So we had initially positioned our game types as competitive. Or no, we had positioned them as competitive workouts and interval workouts. And within competitive workouts, there were a series of multiplayer games. And within interval workouts, there was a series of single player games. We changed competitive workouts, that card, to say community games, and we ran an A/B test. Community games rather than competitive workouts. And the usage of those games and workouts like dramatically increased. So just framing it like that copy, framing it as community games rather than competitive workouts. Competitive sounds a little intimidating. Workout sounds less fun than games, whatever. Dramatically improved. So that was just a really minor tactical like design. That was almost not even design, like copy change that we like tested and was really effective. And yeah, another one that comes to mind like is like our goal setting feature was honestly not rocket science, but like has had one of the strongest and longest lasting impact on engagement. And it's just like on top of all the other stuff that we do, you can set a goal, and the goal is really simple. It's just a number of times you want to work out per week. It's like 1 through 7, and that's a menu of options. Really simple, and you pick one. And then you like track it and you get rewarded and when it happens and you get streaks and whatever. And people got really, and it dramatically improved engagement, and it lasts, it lasts to this day. And it was, it really moves the needle. And the one thing that we're building right now is people they go on vacation, like they go away for 2 weeks because of school vacation or whatever, and they lose their streak and they get demotivated. So we finally like took on this like overwhelming feedback, and we're launching right now like a vacation. I just came out of a meeting seeing the mocks for this, and I'm excited about it. So that's why it's top of mind, where you can turn on a vacation mode where you can pause your goal for up 1 to 4 weeks, so that you don't lose your streak and you don't like you maintain that sense of achievement and kind of continuation and progress over time, rather than like resetting that and coming back to zero because you went away for vacation for 2 weeks, which
and that's
you
what you
should
heard from users just saying, guys, I need
Yes.
to, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's so
So it was
cool.
completely member driven. Like we didn't come up with that.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Like, what kind of role does AI have in personalizing the workout experience? Are you guys doing much on that front, or?
Yeah. So I guess first I'll say, like, internally, we use all sorts of AI tools to make ourselves much more efficient and effective. So in the product design eng processes, like we just write code faster, write better code, automate the QA process, like produce different, automate and produce a couple different like design directions that we can decide between, like digest a bunch of qualitative feedback from members, blah, blah, blah. All this is to say that like it makes us much more efficient so that we can like release more products with the same number of people with the same resources. So that's like kind of beneath the hood and not visible to members. But the AI, in terms of using AI to personalize the workout experience, so a couple different ways. So first is just like our calibration system. So like maybe the way that I'll frame this is like one of the core concepts of gaming is like, I'm forgetting the language, but like kind of like tailoring it to the user, right? So if a game is too hard, it feels really discouraging and then you stop doing it. If a game is too easy, it feels boring and you stop doing it. It has to ramp up. It has to start at the right level of difficulty and then ramp up as your skills develop so that you are continually like somewhat challenged, but not overly challenged, right? So like the way that we pull that into our experience using AI is our calibration system. So when you first get on a rowing machine, you take a calibration test that starts the personalization process so that every single workout you take, like for some games, the targets are personalized to you so that like the target that you're trying to collect and hit to gain points is like in a specific speed or incline or intensity that's different for you, Luke, than me to someone else. And that updates over time using machine learning based on your historical workout data, the fitness goals that you've input, like, the aggregate learnings that we have from the whole community around what encourages and discourages people. So that's one of them. And then the other one I'll say is just like the discovery and recommendation process, like the way that you discover and have workouts recommended to you. People want to start working out generally like pretty quickly. They want to like 1, 2, 3 clicks and they're in. And we have kind of a recommendation and personalization system to recommend you workouts based on what workouts you've completed, having completed your fitness goals, and what we learn from other folks in the community around what workouts people like and don't like and complete and don't complete. So there's more, but those are just kind of a couple.
No, that's awesome.
Examples.
That's super helpful, like context. I mean, because there's a lot of things you got to weigh in. You've got people that are doing, experiences that they're familiar with a new experience, with the gameplay and all of that. And it seems like a lot to balance. Like, when you look out at the bigger picture too, like, what do you kind of see as the biggest risks and the biggest opportunities as more tech platforms merge entertainment and data and wellness and gameplay like this?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, I see more opportunities than risks, generally speaking, because at least in this country, people are unhealthy. But there are risks.
So no, I shouldn't laugh. It's just
yeah.
It's true.
I guess the risks I see, one is just like privacy. So coming from an ad tech background, like you don't want health and wellness to turn into ad tech, where like there's so much data harvesting and like and people don't feel comfortable that their data is protected and not shared. So I think like data privacy is a risk, and companies need to be really careful that people feel comfortable sharing their data and feel like their data is going to be treated with respect and privacy. So I think that's one thing that could like blow up and kind of prevent a lot of opportunity. And then the other thing I'll say is like, particularly on the entertainment side, is like making sure that there's like a scientific rigor to products, right? Because like when you go away from when you kind of bring entertainment into health, you might lose sight of some of the scientific rigor around what actually makes people healthy and what constitutes a good workout and what constitutes healthy habits and what doesn't. Because there's some, fitness products out there that are very gamey and entertaining or compelling, but like don't actually produce a workout or don't actually produce better health outcomes. So I think, making sure that entertainment doesn't become more important than health outcomes. Like entertainment is a tool to achieve good health outcomes. So that has to, remain the core goal. So that's kind of the other risk I see.
Yeah. First principles, right?
Totally, exactly, right.
Yeah.
Like coming back to like the human-centered, like why are we here? What is the thing we're trying to do? And it's improve people's health. And so like, data and entertainment and game and all that stuff are tools to achieve that outcome. But yeah, mostly I see opportunities and upside, right? Like people are unhealthy in this country. I don't recall the stats, but like a minority of Americans, get enough physical activity. A majority of Americans are like overweight or obese. Mental health problems are very widespread and growing. Life expectancy is coming down, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, and it seems like too in a time when the pharmaceutical industry is bringing all these new tools for weight loss and stuff. Fitness has got to be the other half of that coin, right?
Totally.
So, like, if you can help build habits that can, if somebody all of a sudden now has these doors open to them where they can be more physically active, like getting ways to connect with those people sounds like a huge opportunity.
Totally. Right. And like data and entertainment and tech and gaming can dramatically help people to that end, right? To be physically active. And that's what I see as the biggest opportunity, right? Like if you think about how many people, particularly young people, like play sports and use sports as a way to like be more active and gain confidence and gain physical health and mental health and build relationships and all that stuff. Like, a lot of that can happen for adults, through, technology, data, entertainment, gaming, and help that fit into their lives and kind of work for them, and realize and like unlock the magic, the health magic that comes with just like breaking a sweat every day, and being active.
Totally. Yeah. And kind of on this line of thought too, I mean, in this kind of race to innovate, is there something, an area where you feel like there's conversation that we aren't having enough of, as a broader, society or even just within tech or this space?
Yeah, maybe I'm just like so in tech startup land that I think a lot of the conversations are happening. Like I think people talk a lot about, high and low, right? Like what's going to get traction, what's going to make money, like what type of innovation is going to be financially successful. And also people do, I think there's a lot of discussion around like what's going to solve the world's biggest problems. Like, I just went to like a demo day of like, companies coming out of MIT, and they all were framed around solving the world's biggest problems as defined by like the UNDP, the UN Development Project, around like health and women's rights and obesity and whatever. Like there is a lot of conversation around like using innovation to solve the world's biggest, most intractable problems. I think like some of the things that like there's less conversation around are like kind of in the middle, right? Like what types of innovation or what types of companies are going to attract the type of people that you want to spend the day with and you want to work with. Like I think that kind of defines how much you're going to like your work and your job and how successful you're going to be, is like the people around you. So like kind of that middle layer around like, not just like what's going to be successful and what's going to solve the world, solve the world's biggest problems, but like what are the people you want to spend your day with, and what types of innovation and ideas are going to attract those people and that's what's going to kind of power you in the medium term to realize the fruit of that innovation. Yeah.
No, it's great. It's great. How do you think we should hold like tech leaders and companies kind of accountable for the impact of what they're creating? I mean, obviously there's like, the wins are in the pudding when it comes to adoption and health benefits, but like, what's your take on that kind of generally?
Yeah. Like there's obviously already like, I feel like the biggest thing for me is like reputationally holding people accountable. And like, not just attaching status to like financial outcomes, but attaching status to like impact. So,
Mm-hmm.
If people, people that behave unethically or have a negative impact but still make a lot of money, like hopefully over time those people will like find it harder to recruit, find it harder to get funding, right? Like reputationally and socially, those people are less desirable and have less, status, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that, might not have as big of the financial outcome, but have a better impact on people and on the world and on society or on their community or whatever, like those are the people that you want to work for and you want to hire and you want to fund. So I feel like it's like there's already a lot of financial incentives out there, and obviously like law and regulation are tools, for this. But
Yeah, sure.
I feel like the reputationally, socially is a big like norm, like kind of like unwritten norms and rules and kind of reputational dynamics are really important too.
And direct actionable, right? Like that's where you'll
Yeah,
see like
totally.
it play out like immediately. It's a
Right.
good point. Yeah.
Right. It's like when you see like when you open a CMO role and you see an application come in from a company that like you don't really respect the impact that they have on the world,
Right.
then maybe you don't want to hire that person. Like that's a kind of concrete reputational mechanism to like help incentivize the right behavior
Mm-hmm.
and hold people accountable. I don't know. Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah. So if you got to put one bold prediction out there for the future of tech, and what would you be willing to bet on today if you could put it into one?
Yeah. I mean, the prediction I have, it is in my area of expertise, and it's in 10 years more people will do game-based fitness than sports. And that's not
Mm-hmm.
because fewer people will do sports and there's going to be some big decline in outdoor physical IRL sports, but there's going to people doing physical activity and fitness through digital gaming tools will go mainstream. It'll be totally normal and kind of adopted on a mass level to do that for people that are in the workforce, adults. So that's my biggest thing is like game-based fitness or the people working out using gaming software will go completely mainstream, and that'll be like a default normal way to work out, almost as common as running outside.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
That'd be a great outcome. Like,
yeah,
those are
totally.
the good kinds of competition too that we'd
Right.
like to see
And
out there.
again, and it's not because fewer people are going to run or because fewer people are going to play basketball. It's because the 75, 80% of people that aren't doing anything are going to find things that work for them.
Yeah.
Is how I see it.
Yeah, Tom, is there anything that you guys have coming up or anything you want to kind of let our audience know about as we close out?
Yes. So we are expanding our partnership with iFit, which makes Nordic Track and Proform machines, which just makes our games and gaming software available much more broadly. So they're a leading company in fitness equipment and digital health. They have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of machines out there. And so you can access our games right now on their industry leading treadmill. But as of today, you'll be able to get access to certain Ergatta games on their bikes, on their connected bikes, including their Tour de France bike, and then on their connected rowing machines. If you have iFit or Nordic Track or Proform machines or are thinking about getting them, do that now. You'll be able to access our games and our software on those devices.
That's huge, man. Nordic Track, that's like a
Yeah,
staple. Like,
that's like all our parents use those. I feel like,
yeah,
or like I was in
yeah.
my mom's bedroom growing up. So yeah,
Exactly.
it's really exciting.
That's amazing, man. Like, well, Tom, I really appreciate you making the time today. And I want to commend you guys for doing what you're doing because I think health is super important, and finding new ways to connect people to having healthier lives is like a much needed thing in the space, especially in tech with all the good and the bad that's kind of weighed out there. Is there anything we didn't cover today that you want to cover in our as we close this out?
I just wanted to do a quick plug to check
Please.
out the company.
Yeah.
I run Ergatta, ERGATTA. We build gaming software for cardio equipment, and we help people build fitness habits through games. And we also sell a series of rowing machines that have our gaming software on them that are beautiful, made out of wood, go in your home. So check us out. And if you haven't found gyms or fitness products or fitness apps or whatever that work for you, it might be worth checking out.
Fantastic. And if people want to follow you or anything you're putting out on social, where can they find you or your work?
Yeah. Ergatta Fitness is our Instagram handle. And then you can follow me on LinkedIn. I do some posting there. So that's Tom Aulet, Aulet is my LinkedIn profile.
Awesome, Tom. Well, yeah, thanks again to you for making the time today. It was a great conversation, and best of luck to you with everything. And I'd love to have you back sometime and check in on how things are going.
Wonderful. I really enjoyed it, Luke. Thanks for having me on.
Awesome. Take care. Thanks for listening to the Brave Technologist podcast. To never miss an episode, make sure you hit follow in your podcast app. If you haven't already made the switch to the Brave browser, you can download it for free today at brave.com. and start using Brave Search, which enables you to search the web privately. Brave also shields you from the ads, trackers, and other creepy stuff following you across the web.